Last video I made a top 10 of the best sprinter ever, and a lot of you guys were commenting on my video saying that the stats that I used in the video was not good. And so that's why today we are using some different stats that are coming from you, and we are going to look at the difference in the two ranking. Alright, now that this is said, what are the different stats that I'm going to use in this video? Last time I was using their personal best and the average of their top 10 fastest time, but today these stats are going to be only one thing: the average of their top 3 fastest time. Because somebody said that the top 10 is just too large, and some people like Johan Blake were disadvantaged. But also that the personal best of somebody is sometimes an outlier. They only do it one time and they cannot replicate it. So that's why they think that the average of their top 3 fastest times is the best stats that we can use. After that, the other stats that I was using is the number of sub 10 and sub 20 clocking. But this time it's going to be a little bit more complicated. I'm going to give points based off the number of sub 9.9, sub 9.85, 9.80, 9.75, etc, etc. The first strat is going to be only 1 point, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So the world record of Usain Bolt is worth 7 points, and a 9.89, for example, is worth only 1 point. Last time they were worth the same number of points. And finally, the last category is the number of medal. Last time the gold medal was worth 3 points, then the silver 2, and the bronze 1 point. But this time the gold medal at the Olympic game is worth 4 points. At the World Championship it's the same thing, 3 points, then the silver is 2, and the bronze is 1 point. Because the Olympic game hold more weight, it's every 4 years, so it's more difficult to have one, etc, etc. Alright, I think that's all. We can start looking at the numbers. And the first task, like I said, is the average of the top 3 fastest time. Do I really need to tell you who is in first place? Usain Bolt has an average of 9.63 and 19.27. The crazy thing is that 9.63 will still be the fastest time ever. And in the 200 meters, only Johan Blake has run faster than 19.27. And it's the average of Usain top 3 fastest time. He was just built different. Then obviously we have Johan Blake because he was just a beast at his best. 9.73 in the 100 meters and 19.41 in the 200 meters. Then after that we have Tyson Gay with 9.72 in the 100 meters, which is very good, and 19.62 in the 200 meters. That's okay, that's not very good, but 19.62 is still a great time. Then we have Justin Gatlin, 9.75 in the 100 meters. How can he be so close to his PR? I don't know. The guy was just built different in 2015. 9.74, 9.75, and 9.75. And then in the 200 meters, his average is 19.64. Almost the same as Tyson Gay. This is good, but not great. And finally, we have Noah Lyles with 9.81 in the 100 meters, which is very good considering the fact that his PR is 9.79. And then in the 200 meters, his average is 19.41. The same as Johan Blake. Noah Lyles is always very consistent, so I was expecting these statistics, but he's just great. Alright, for this one I need to show you the stats because it's a little bit complicated. So if you look at the stats, it's 1 point for sub 9.9, then 2 points for sub 9.85, and 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 points finally. And obviously the first 2 places are Usain Bolt and Asafa Powell. Usain just because he was running very fast, and Asafa just because he has a lot of 9.8. Then after that we have obviously Justin Gatlin, then Tyson Gay, and finally Johan Blake. He hasn't run a lot of races, but they were all fast. And now we have the same thing in the 200 meters. And this time Noah Lyles is actually first. And Usain is pretty close, but I wasn't expecting him to come second. And actually I think that this is the only time in all the video that Usain is going to be in second place. Like I said, Noah is just too consistent. As you can see, he has run in the 19.6 10 times, 19.5 6 times, 19.4 2 times, and 19.3 1 time. Usain was faster, but he was not as consistent. And then after these 2 monsters, we have the rest of the field. Kenny Bednarek is third, then Johan Blake, and finally Teboho. And so these are the final results for this category. And finally, the last stats that we are looking at is the number of medals. But to be fair with everybody, this time I erased Usain Bolt from the history, and now these are the medalists. As you can see, Justin Gatlin, Andre Degrasse, and Yohan Blake are benefiting a lot from the absence of Usain Bolt. Is it going to change something? I don't know, but let's take a look at it. And this is the final result without Usain Bolt. I'm gonna let you take a look at it, but a lot of things have changed. Maybe the only thing that the people are not going to be happy with is Noah Lyles is still the third best of all time. With this being said, Yohan Blake is a lot closer than he was before. Then Andre Degrasse is much higher. Same thing for Teboho. Kenny Bednarek is not in the top anymore, and a lot of other small changes. And now this is the version with Usain Bolt. Now Justin Gatlin is much closer to Noah Lyles. Yohan Blake has lost 1 place. Andre Degrasse the same thing. But overall the people are the same. So that's it guys, that was for the rankings. Now if you like the video, like and subscribe to the channel, it's very important. And tell me in the comment section, do you like more this list or the other one? And on this guys, see you on the next.